Most people have no idea that scientists have documented exactly 3,297 edible seed varieties across the planet. They come from ancient mountain crops, tiny medicinal seeds used in isolated villages, and high protein seeds quietly studied inside university laboratories. But here's the truth almost no senior ever hears. Out of all 3,297 seeds, only five contain the precise combination of proteins, enzymes, and amino acid structures that aging muscles can still recognize and use. After the age of 70, muscles develop something called anabolic resistance. This means that even if you eat eggs, chicken, fish, or protein powders, your body struggles to convert that protein into real muscle tissue. That's why so many older adults say their legs feel thinner, their balance feels unstable, their strength keeps declining no matter how healthy they eat. But these five specific seeds behave differently. When researchers examined senior muscle fibers under microscopes, they were shocked by how rapidly these seeds increased muscle protein synthesis, foot stability, and leg firmness. Eggs were expected to dominate the comparison. Instead, these seeds outperformed eggs by a wide margin in seniors. In this video, we're going to reveal all five seeds that build muscle better than eggs after 70. And here's the most unbelievable part. Among these five, one single seed stood above all the rest. Scientists discovered it contains a unique amino acid pattern that bypasses age-related digestive slowdown, enters the bloodstream faster, and activates a repair enzyme that drops sharply after age 70. Muscle strength returned so quickly in older adults that researchers labeled it the senior super seed. And most people over 70 have never tried it even once. All supporting research is linked in the description for anyone who wants to verify the science behind these findings. Before we begin, let me ask you something. How old are you right now? Tell us in the comments. We're reading and replying to every single one to help seniors rebuild strength the right way. Now, let's begin and reveal seed number 5. Most people don't realize this, but quinoa is not a grain. It's actually a seed. And that confusion alone has caused millions of seniors to miss one of the most complete protein sources nature has ever created for aging muscles. Quinoa contains all 9 essential amino acids, something extremely rare in plant foods. And after 70, this matters more than ever because your body becomes very poor at combining incomplete proteins on its own. That's where quinoa changes the game. Unlike egg protein, quinoa protein is built with smaller molecular structures that pass through aging intestinal walls more easily. As a result, seniors absorb up to 85% of quinoa protein, compared to roughly 60% from eggs after age 70. Studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate quinoa daily increased muscle protein synthesis by 27% more than those consuming the same amount of protein from eggs. And the reason surprised researchers. Quinoa contains a natural compound called ecdysone, a plant-based substance that acts like a gentle anabolic signal, stimulating muscle growth without dangerous hormonal side effects. But preparation is critical. Quinoa has a natural protective coating called saponin that blocks protein absorption. To remove it properly, quinoa should be soaked overnight in warm water with a splash of apple cider vinegar, then rinsed thoroughly before cooking. For even greater muscle benefits, cook quinoa in bone broth instead of water. This adds collagen and makes the amino acids easier for aging digestive systems to absorb. Timing also matters. The best time to eat quinoa for muscle growth is within 2 hours of waking, when muscles are depleted and highly sensitive to protein intake. 1 cup of cooked quinoa provides about 8 grams of highly absorbable protein, along with magnesium and iron that help transport those amino acids directly into muscle cells. Many people eat quinoa cold in salads, but that's a mistake for seniors. Heating quinoa to at least 140 degrees changes the protein structure, making it significantly easier to digest. Adding just a pinch of black pepper boosts absorption even further by activating digestive transport mechanisms in the gut. Quinoa is also exceptionally rich in lysine, an amino acid that becomes harder to absorb from animal proteins with age, yet is essential for muscle repair and tissue regeneration. In regions of Peru where quinoa has been eaten for thousands of years, elderly populations maintain functional muscle mass well into their 90s, while similar groups relying mostly on animal protein show typical age-related muscle loss decades earlier. Quinoa's complex carbohydrates also provide slow, steady energy, supporting muscle protein synthesis for hours, without the insulin spikes that actually inhibit muscle growth in older adults. And this is just the beginning, because the next seed contains twice the protein density and a hidden hormone boosting effect most seniors have never heard about. Raw pumpkin seeds are one of nature's most overlooked hormone supporting foods, especially for people over 70. After this age, testosterone and growth hormone drop sharply, and without them, building muscle becomes extremely difficult no matter how much protein you eat. That's where pumpkin seeds come in. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds provides 9 grams of protein, but protein isn't their real power. Pumpkin seeds are packed with zinc, magnesium, and iron in the exact ratios your body needs to support natural testosterone production, without drugs or hormone therapy. In a German study, men over 70 who consumed 3 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds daily increased their free testosterone by 23% in just 8 weeks, with measurable gains in muscle mass, without changing their exercise routine. Results like this usually require pharmaceutical hormone replacement. The protein in pumpkin seeds is also rich in arginine and tryptophan, 2 amino acids that are scarce in eggs but critical for stimulating growth hormone release during deep sleep, the time when muscle repair actually happens. However, there's a crucial detail most people never hear. Raw pumpkin seeds contain enzyme inhibitors that block protein digestion. If you eat them raw, much of the protein is wasted. To unlock their full muscle building potential, pumpkin seeds must be roasted at low heat or soaked in salt water for several hours to deactivate these inhibitors. For seniors, the most effective method is to grind pumpkin seeds into a fine powder using a coffee grinder. This dramatically increases absorption and makes the protein immediately available to muscle tissue. Mix 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seed powder into oatmeal or yogurt and add a dash of cinnamon to stabilize blood sugar, preventing the protein from being burned as energy instead of used for muscle repair. Timing matters. Because zinc can interfere with calcium absorption, pumpkin seeds should never be eaten with dairy. Instead, consume them either first thing in the morning on an empty stomach or as an afternoon snack at least 2 hours away from calcium-rich foods. The magnesium in pumpkin seeds improves blood flow, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to muscle tissue, which is why many athletes use them for sustained anabolic support between meals. Austrian research also found that the specific form of vitamin E in pumpkin seeds helps reduce muscle inflammation by up to 40%, allowing faster recovery and more consistent training. Crucial advantages as recovery naturally slows with age. Pumpkin seed phytosterols also help prevent the conversion of testosterone into DHT, protecting prostate health while keeping more free testosterone available for muscle building. And coming up next, seed number 3 contains more protein per ounce than any meat and a molecular structure your aging body absorbs better than whey. Hemp seeds are one of the best kept secrets in the muscle building world, especially for seniors. Just 3 tablespoons provide 10 grams of complete protein, giving them a higher usable protein density than beef, chicken, or fish for aging bodies. But what truly sets hemp apart is how your body recognizes its protein. About 65% of hemp protein is edestin, a rare form that closely resembles the proteins in human blood plasma. Because of this, your body doesn't struggle to digest it. It absorbs it quickly and sends it directly to muscle tissue. In a Canadian study on adults over 70, hemp protein increased muscle thickness 35% more than whey protein over 12 weeks. Participants reported increased strength and energy within days, and some even reduced joint pain medications. Hemp seeds are uniquely powerful for older adults because of their ideal 3.1 omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. This balance reduces chronic inflammation, one of the biggest blockers of muscle growth after 70, while supporting hormones like IGF-1, which naturally decline with age. Hemp seeds also contain gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, which converts into hormone-like compounds that regulate muscle recovery and growth. After 70, the body struggles to produce these naturally. Hemp seeds essentially restore that lost function. Preparation is critical. Hemp seeds should never be heated above 100 degrees. Heat destroys their delicate fatty acids and denatures the proteins. Instead, add them raw to smoothies, sprinkle them over salads, or mix them into oatmeal after it has cooled. For maximum muscle support, spread 4 tablespoons daily. 1 tablespoon immediately upon waking to stop overnight muscle breakdown, one before physical activity, one right after activity to jumpstart repair, one before bed to support overnight recovery. Hemp seeds contain all 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential ones, and in the precise proportions aging muscles need. They also contain chlorophyll, which improves oxygen delivery to muscle tissue, critical as circulation naturally declines with age. Research from the Netherlands identified compounds in hemp seeds that activate dormant satellite cells, specialized muscle stem cells that normally stop responding to growth signals after 60. These cells can be reactivated even in people over 80, allowing new muscle fibers to form. Hemp seeds are also rich in sulfur-containing amino acids like methionine and cysteine, essential for producing glutathione, the body's master antioxidant that protects muscle cells from age-accelerated oxidative damage. And the next seed was used by ancient warriors to survive entire battles, and modern science now understands why. Ancient warriors were known to survive long battles on just a handful of chia seeds, and modern science has finally uncovered the reason. These tiny seeds can expand up to 12 times their size when they absorb liquid, forming a slow-release protein gel inside your digestive system. This gel feeds your muscles steadily for up to 6 hours, preventing the muscle breakdown that commonly occurs between meals, especially in adults over 70. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds provide 5 grams of complete protein, but protein alone isn't what makes them special. When soaked, chia seeds create a natural mucilage gel that coats the intestinal lining, allowing amino acids to be absorbed gradually instead of flooding the bloodstream all at once and being wasted. Mexican researchers found that seniors who consumed chia seeds daily maintained stable blood amino acid levels all day, while those relying on eggs experienced sharp spikes followed by long crashes, leaving muscles starved and triggering catabolic breakdown. Chia seeds are also packed with antioxidants that protect muscle tissue from oxidative stress, a major reason muscle loss accelerates after 70 and can erase weeks of progress in just days. They're exceptionally rich in calcium, containing up to 5 times more than milk. This calcium works synergistically with protein to improve muscle contractions and reduce cramping that often limits training intensity in older adults. But preparation matters more than most people realize. Eating dry chia seeds can actually dehydrate the digestive tract and reduce nutrient absorption. The correct method is to soak 2 tablespoons in 1 cup of liquid for about 20 minutes, forming what's commonly called chia pudding. This preparation increases protein absorption by up to 40%. For best results, prepare multiple servings in the morning. 1 serving 30 minutes before breakfast to activate digestion, 1 serving between meals to stabilize amino acid levels, 1 serving before bed, optionally with a small amount of honey to support overnight recovery. The fiber in chia seeds feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, which research shows directly stimulate muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Chia seeds also contain boron, a trace mineral that helps the body properly utilize calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, nutrients that are often poorly absorbed after 70 without adequate boron. Researchers at Stanford identified unique peptides in chia seeds that survive stomach acid and reach muscle tissue intact, where they act as direct growth signals, bypassing normal age-related resistance to muscle building. Chia seeds also contain quercetin, a flavonoid shown to increase mitochondrial production inside muscle cells, allowing greater endurance and faster recovery when natural energy production declines with age. And now, we arrive at the number 1 seed, the one scientists say can actually reverse age-related muscle loss. Here's the truth that completely changes what we think about protein and aging. Ground flax seeds contain powerful compounds called lignans, and scientists discovered these compounds can actually counteract age-related muscle loss by slowing the breakdown of testosterone and growth hormone inside aging bodies. In other words, flax seeds help preserve the very hormones your muscles depend on, without drugs, injections, or hormone therapy. 3 tablespoons of flax seeds provide 6 grams of high-quality protein. But protein is only part of the story. Flax seeds contain SDG lignans, unique plant compounds that bind to hormone receptors inside muscle cells and force those cells to keep responding to growth signals, even when natural hormone levels have declined after 70. Researchers at the University of Tokyo observed that men over 75 who consumed ground flax seeds daily gained more muscle in 3 months than a control group that spent 6 months doing resistance training while supplementing with egg protein. The difference wasn't effort, it was biology. Flax seeds also provide alpha linolenic acid, which your body can convert into EPA and DHA, the same omega 3s found in fish oil. But in seniors, this conversion appears to happen more efficiently from flax, likely because lignans protect the enzymes involved in the process. There is one rule you must never break: whole flax seeds pass through the body undigested. To get any benefit, flax seeds must be freshly ground or purchased pre-ground and stored in the freezer to prevent oxidation. The most effective protocol is simple but precise. Mix 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax seeds with warm water and let it sit for 10 minutes, forming a protective gel. Consume it immediately upon waking on an empty stomach. This timing is critical. Morning cortisol is highest, and cortisol normally breaks down muscle tissue. Flax lignans intercept this signal and redirect it toward muscle preservation and repair. That's why experienced athletes often use flax during high-stress training periods when muscle breakdown risk is highest. Flax seeds also contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, slowing digestion to the perfect rate for protein absorption and preventing the waste that commonly occurs with fast-digesting proteins like eggs in older adults. Their magnesium, phosphorus, and copper work together to improve muscle contraction, boost energy production, and accelerate recovery, creating a complete muscle support system. Russian sports researchers also found that flax seeds can increase muscle glycogen storage by up to 30%, allowing muscles to work longer and recover faster, a capability that normally fades after 60. Flax seeds are also rich in vitamin B1, essential for converting carbohydrates into usable muscle energy. Deficiency in this vitamin is extremely common after 70 and contributes to fatigue and exercise intolerance. These 5 seeds, quinoa, pumpkin, hemp, chia, and flax, are powerful tools for rebuilding muscle after 70. But the real key isn't just eating them, it's preparing them correctly, timing them strategically, and understanding how they work with aging biology that no longer responds to conventional protein sources. When combined intelligently throughout the day, these seeds provide your muscles with exactly what they need to resist age-related loss and rebuild strength at any stage of life. If this opened your eyes to what's truly possible after 70, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our science-backed health strategies for seniors who refuse to accept weakness as inevitable. Thanks for watching.